Hey guys, it's SabersMan31, and this is my 2012-2013 Stanley Cup Playoffs first round predictions. I'm in years past I've made it 2 videos, but I'm gonna cut out all the extra fancy stuff just to make it one and get right to the point. I haven't been paying attention to the NHL as much as I have in years past because of the lockout. It kind of killed it for me, but let's get started with the Western Conference. The Chicago Blackhawks are playing the Minnesota Wild, and I think the Blackhawks will win in 5 games because I think they're unstoppable this season, and I really don't think that Minnesota is going to go past them. The next series I'm going to look at is Detroit and Anaheim. Anaheim is really good this year, and Detroit just barely made it in the playoffs. I can see an upset in this series just because both teams have played each other and both teams have won against each other, but I'm going to say that Anaheim is going to win in 6 games. The Sharks and Canucks play each other again also, and I'm going to say that the Canucks will win in 6 games. And finally, the St. Louis Blues are going to face the defending Stanley Cup champions, Los Angeles Kings, and I'm going to say that the Kings are going to win the series in 7 games because they're basically equal, but I think Kings have the edge overall, so they'll get the win in this series. Now on to the Eastern Conference. The Pittsburgh Penguins are going to be playing the New York Islanders, and I think the New York Islanders are a good team, but they're not going to beat the Penguins. There's no way. I think the Penguins are going to win in 6 games just because the Penguins may be a little shaky. Like, they did lose to Buffalo, and the Islanders are basically almost equal to Buffalo, so I think the Islanders will get a few wins in there, but overall the Penguins will win in 6 games. The next series is Montreal and Ottawa. Unfortunately, I wanted it to be Montreal and Toronto, but Montreal and Ottawa will do. I think that Montreal will win in I'm going to say 6 games. Again, I usually pick that a lot, but that's what it usually comes down to. Because both teams are very, very talented, but Montreal is a lot better than Ottawa, and I think that Montreal will win. The next series is the New York Rangers versus the Washington Capitals. And I think if the Rangers could hold down Ovechkin, they could win this in 7 games. Because I think the Rangers are a much better team overall, and the Capitals just usually make it into the playoffs with the Southeast Division sucking and they just winning because they're the only good team there. So I think that the Rangers are going to win in 7 games. And the final series, and probably the most interesting, is the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins. I thought I'd never see the day that the Maple Leafs made it into the playoffs, but they did, and they're actually very good this season, and I think that they will go past the Bruins in 7 games. The Bruins are a very good team as well, but I think that Toronto has the edge overall because they're much more skilled. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I think they can. And it can go either way, but I'm going to say that the Maple Leafs will win in 7 games. So those are my first round predictions for this season. As I've said before, the first round is always the hardest to pick because there's so many teams to look at, and the playoffs haven't even started, so you don't know which team is going to play good and which team isn't. I'd say the Stanley Cup Finals are the easiest to predict. I've been right 4 out of the past 5 years, so those are pretty good odds. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more videos like this, and peace out.